Welcome to Trade Exception Triage. Every day, trade operations desks wake up to a queue of settlement breaks, mismatches, and compliance holds. Millions of dollars sitting in limbo. Manually triaging these takes hours, and the longer they sit, the higher the exposure. mAIvn changes that. Let's see how.
We just kicked off a batch triage scan across all open exceptions. Notice that mAIvn is processing every exception in parallel, not one at a time in parallel. Each exception gets its own typed resolution report with severity, root cause, and a recommended owner. This is concurrent execution, the kind of throughput that turns a morning-long queue review into a 30-second scan. Here's the ranked queue. Critical items float to the top. Each card shows the agent's assessment: severity, counterparty, notional value, and what it thinks went wrong. But mAIvn didn't just read the exceptions and guess. It called structured tools to look up trade details, check counterparty risk, and calculate exposure. Every conclusion is grounded in real data, not hallucinated. Now we're in deep resolution mode. Watch the tool chain on the right. Approval granted. The agent completes its investigation and produces a structured resolution report. Severity, root cause, recommended action, step-by-step resolution plan, and estimated financial impact. This isn't free text. It's a typed Pydantic object. Downstream systems can consume it directly. Route it to a ticket, update a dashboard, trigger a workflow. Structured output means the agent's work plugs into your existing operations, not around them. Notice something here. The firm's DTC number, the compliance team's email, the internal escalation contacts. None of that was sent to the model. That's private data injection. Sensitive operational details stay server-side and get stitched into the output at the last mile. The model does the reasoning. Your secrets never reach the LLM. That's trade exception triage. Parallel batch scanning, deep investigation with real tools, private data that never leaves your perimeter, human approval gates for high-risk decisions, and structured output your systems can act on. Feel free to ask follow-up questions in the chat. The agent is still here and has full context from the investigation.
Welcome to Smart Intake and Routing. Insurance operations teams deal with a constant stream of intake packets, claims, referrals, pre-authorization requests. Every one arrives as unstructured data. Missing fields delay processing. Wrong routing sends cases to the wrong review queue, and internal coverage rules can't be exposed to third-party AI models. mAIvn handles all of this. Let's walk through it.
We've selected a claim. The agent is now extracting structured data from the intake packet: patient information, provider details, service codes, dates of service. These aren't just text fields pulled from a form. The agent is using Pydantic model tools that enforce a strict schema. If a required field is missing, the agent knows immediately. No silent failures, no downstream surprises. And here's the final routing decision. The agent has determined the correct review queue, provided the reasoning, and outlined next steps. This is a typed routing object. Department, review reason, priority, action items. Your case management system can consume this directly. No copy-paste, no manual re-entry. Now the coverage determination tools are running. These apply your internal policy rules: in-network versus out-of-network, pre-authorization requirements, referral compliance. Here's what's important. These rules execute as deterministic server-side logic, not as LLM inference. The model decides which tool to call. The tool applies the rule exactly as written. Your coverage policies are enforced with precision, and they never leave your environment. That's smart intake and routing. Structured extraction that catches missing data before it causes delays. Policy rules enforced server-side with zero leakage. Human approval gates for ambiguous cases. And typed routing decisions your systems can act on immediately. The result? Faster intake, fewer routing errors, and complete control over your internal logic. There it is. An interrupt. The claim is missing a referral from the primary care physician. Instead of guessing or routing an incomplete case, mAIvn pauses and asks the operator, "Do you have this referral, or should we flag the case for follow-up?" This is how you keep humans in charge of clinical and operational decisions. The agent identifies the gap. The human decides what to do about it.
Welcome to the Research Assistant. When a law firm or consulting team takes on a complex research brief, AI copyright law, patent portfolio analysis, regulatory compliance, a single researcher produces incomplete work. You need specialists. A case law analyst, a regulatory expert, a market researcher, and someone to synthesize it all. mAIvn runs that entire team in parallel. Let's see it.
We just launched a research swarm. 4 specialized agents are now working simultaneously on the same brief. The coordinator has broken the research question into domains and delegated work to 3 analysts: case law, regulatory, and market. Each analyst has access only to tools scoped to their specialty. This is tool namespacing. The case law analyst searches case law databases, the regulatory analyst searches regulatory sources, and the market analyst works with market data. No cross-contamination, no scope creep. Watch the workspace. You can see each agent's assignment, their progress, and the tools they're calling in real time. This is full observability into a multi-agent workflow, not a black box that returns a result 10 minutes later. This matters because when something looks off, the operator can see exactly where and why. That's the difference between trusting a system and hoping it works. Here's the final memo. Citations for every claim. Confidence scoring, so you know where the evidence is strong and where it's thin. Prioritized recommendations. This is structured output. A typed research artifact your document management system can ingest, your partners can review, and your clients can receive. From brief to deliverable in minutes, not days. All analysts have reported their findings. Now the report writer is synthesizing everything into a structured research memo. This isn't just concatenation. The report writer resolves conflicts between sources, assigns confidence scores to each finding, and organizes recommendations by priority. It's doing the work of a senior associate pulling together a final deliverable. There. The system just augmented the local research library with a live web search. mAIvn can blend curated internal sources with current public information. The agent knows when its local data isn't enough and reaches out for fresh evidence. That's the research assistant, a coordinated swarm of specialists working in parallel, each with scoped tool access, full observability into every step, PII protection for client data, and a structured deliverable with citations and confidence scores. The question isn't whether AI can do research, it's whether you can see it working and trust what it produces. mAIvn makes that possible.